Here we go. Jefferson County Court Law number 2 is in session. Court is in session. I'll have to write it. You have to put an M in front of that number because they won't. They'll kick it back. Court is in session and calls number M331932. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Rafael Figueroa Guizar. Mr. Guizar. Okay, now Mr. Guizar is represented in this case by attorney Omar Vargas. And attorney Vargas speaks Spanish and English. Mr. Guizar speaks Spanish. Oh, let me do this here before we get started. Jefferson County Code Law number 2 is back in session and calls number M331932. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Rafael Figueroa Guizar. Mr. Guizar is represented in this case by his attorney Omar Vargas. Mr. Guizar does not speak English. He speaks Spanish, and his attorney, Mr. Vargas, speaks English and Spanish, and he's going to act as an interpreter. Mr. Vargas, would you please raise your right hand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you swear or affirm to interpret English to Spanish and Spanish to English? So help you God.
Yes, Your Honor.
You may put your hand down. Mr. Vargas, ask Mr. Guizar if his full name is Rafael Figueroa Guizar.
¿Su nombre, ese es su nombre, Rafael Figueroa Guizar?
Guizar, Rafael Guizar Figueroa.
Okay, so it's Rafael Guizar Figueroa.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, Mr. Guizar,
Guizar.
could you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth,
Sí, vas a decir la verdad,
the whole truth,
todo,
and nothing but the truth?
además de la verdad.
So help you God?
Sí, Dios. Sí, yes.
Okay. Now, you can put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Guizar?
Soy Guizar. Good.
Good? Okay. Mr. Guizar,
Guizar.
I have before me
Tengo enfrente de mí
a document
unos documentos.
that was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office.
Jefferson County.
This document is titled Information.
dice información.
In this information,
Dentro de la información,
it alleges that you, Rafael Figueroa Guizar,
Rafael,
on or about January 16th of 2022,
16 de 2022, este día,
that while you were in Jefferson County,
cuando andaba en Condado Jefferson,
Jefferson County, Texas, that you were operating
estabas
a motor vehicle in a public
conduciendo un
place,
coche en un lugar público,
that you were intoxicated,
andaba intoxicado, como
and you were charged with driving while intoxicated
conduciendo intoxicado,
with an alcohol concentration level
con concentración de alcohol
of 0.15 or more.
Más que es 0.15.
Do you understand what you have been charged with?
¿Usted entiende los cargos? Hay que decir sí.
Sí.
Yes.
And to this charge,
Y a este cargo,
how do you plead?
¿cómo te declaras?
Not guilty, guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
Guilty. See? Yeah, you need some?
Yeah.
You can take it. And are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Voluntariamente, libremente.
Yes.
Yes.
And are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Eres culpable. Yes.
I made a mistake and sent it to you. Could you send it back to me? Okay. 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 Mr. Guizar, I have before me a document
Un documento frente de él
that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments.
que está nombrado delito menor.
It is also labeled as State's Exhibit Number
También
1.
es prueba fiscalía número 1.
Do you recognize this document?
Yes.
Now, at the bottom of this document,
Abajo,
this paragraph is titled Citizenship,
ahí dice ciudadanía
and it reads,
y dice
if you're not a
si no
U.S.
eres-
citizen,
no tienes ciudadanía en este país.
a plea of guilty or no
Una
contest
declaración de culpabilidad
may result in your
puede
deportation,
ser una deportación,
exclusion from admission to the country,
que no te dejan entrar al país legalmente.
or denial of naturalization under federal law.
Por ley federal.
Do you understand?
¿Entiendes eso? Yes.
Now, do you still want to go forward with your plea bargain?
¿Quieres seguir todavía con esta declaración de culpabilidad? Yes.
Okay, have him to put his initials by the paragraph, this title citizenship. Thank you.
Quiere que ponga sus iniciales ahí donde puede ponerlo. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Now, Mr. Boris,
Yes, Judge.
are you waiving a record in this case?
Yes.
Okay,
Richard Langston, or I'll ask him. Richard Langston, I'll let him know.
Yeah, he said whatever you said,
That's what Langston.
whichever one.
Okay.
okay. On page 2 of this same document,
Página 2 del mismo documento.
there are a set of initials.
Hay iniciales ahí.
Are these your
¿Son
initials?
tus iniciales? Yes.
And your initials are on a line next to a box that's typed guilty.
Y está firmado según siguiente a una caja que dice culpable. ¿Es verdad? Yes.
On page 3,
Página
I think he needs to put his signature on page 3. He got his initials.
Ok. Quiere que firma mejor.
You could, the back of that is acts as an eraser.
Ok.
The back of the pen,
Ok.
just use it as an eraser.
Firma. No, no se firma, se firma. Ahora sí.
Now on page 3,
En la hoja 3.
there's a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Is this your signature?
Firma. Yes.
On the next document,
El siguiente página. Documento.
he got the same problem. He initialed this one too
Quiere que
at the
firma.
bottom. Okay, on the next document,
Siguiente documento.
this document is
Siguiente
titled
tiene el título,
Trial Court Certification
certificación de la Corte del Tribunal.
of Defendant's Right of
de sus
Appeal.
derechos de apelación.
Do you recognize this document?
¿Lo reconoces, la hoja? Yes.
Is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant? At the top of this document,
Arriba,
there are
el
two
documento,
boxes
hay
that's
dos
checked.
cajas que tienen check.
The first box that's checked
La primera dice,
states that this is a plea bargain
"Este es un
case
acuerdo
and you have no right of
y no
appeal.
tienes derecho, ningún derecho de apelar eso.
Do you understand that?
¿Entiendes eso? Yes.
The second box
La
that's
siguiente
checked
caja dice,
states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal.
dice que estás renunciando a su derecho de apelación.
Do you understand that?
¿Entiendes eso? Yes.
I also have before me a document
También tengo otra hoja.
that is titled Discovery Certification.
Descubrimiento, certificación, descubrimiento.
Do you recognize this document?
Yes.
Is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes.
I also have another document. This document is in Spanish.
Está en español.
I have the same document in English.
Y el mismo documento en inglés.
Now, this document
Este documento
is titled For All Foreign Nationals,
dice que para todos los
Except-
extranjeros nacionales,
except those from
menos de
mandatory notification countries.
de países de notificación mandatorio.
And it's my understanding that you're from
Yo
Mexico.
entiendo que es mexicano.
Is that correct?
Yes.
And the last question on
La
this
última
document
pregunta, la hoja dice,
that you signed
firma.
states that, do you want us to notify your consular officers at this time?
De su país, ahorita.
And you circled no.
Firmamos no.
Is that correct?
¿Es correcto?
And is this your
¿Su firma?
signature on this document?
Yes.
Okay, I think you have to witness it.
Oh, I did. Okay.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Okay, now, Mr.
No,
Gizar. Before you sign and initial all of these documents,
iniciales en esos documentos.
did your attorney go over these documents with you in
Lo
Spanish?
abogado te lo explicó en español. Yes,
And did you understand everything that your attorney went over?
y lo entendiste todo lo que entregamos. Yes,
And is everything in these documents true and correct
todo está correcto y verdad.
to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Vargas,
Señor Vargas.
pursuant to Padilla versus Kentucky, did you counsel your client regarding the consequences of pleading guilty or no contest in this case?
Yes, Your Honor, and I am an immigration attorney, and I've explained to them everything.
You did? Okay. State,
Yes, Your Honor.
I have before me State's Exhibit number 1. State, would you like to offer State's Exhibit number 1, the misdemeanor plea admonishment?
Who would you?
Do you have any objections, Mr.
No
Vargas?
objections, Your Honor.
Okay, no objections. State's Exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Vargas, you have advised and counseled Mr. Gizar. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Judge.
Mr. Gizar, your attorney, Mr. Vargas, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation? Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes.
Mr. Gizar, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will find that your pleas and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement? And what is that agreement?
Your Honor, in exchange for plea of guilty or no contest, states agreed to offer 20 days in Jefferson County Jail and court costs with credit for 14 days.
Okay, let me see. Mr. Gizar, the state is offering that you serve 20 days in the Jefferson County Jail. You'll be given credit for the 14 days that you have already served. And the court cost in this case is $442. Will you be able to pay the $442?
When I get out, Your Honor.
No, is he able to pay it now?
No, Judge, he doesn't have access.
Okay, just asking the question.
¿Vas a poder pagarlo ahorita? Está preguntando. I can call my mother.
Okay, I'm just saying, will he, is he able to pay it or is he not able to pay it?
Yes,
You are able to pay it?
yes.
Okay. Okay, now, Mr. Gizar,
Fiscal.
do you understand the state's offer?
¿Usted entiende la oferta del fiscal?
Do you think that the state's offer in your case
¿Usted
is
piensa que
fair
esta
and just?
oferta es justo? Yes.
And do you accept the state's
Si lo
offer?
aceptas, la oferta. Yes.
Okay, Mr. Gizar,
Señor Fiscal.
I will follow the plea bargain agreement
Yo voy a
that you have
aceptar el
entered
acuerdo
into with the state.
con el fiscal.
Mr. Gizar,
Señor,
this will conclude your case.
esto va a terminar el caso.
Please stand over here in front of our court clerk.
Entonces,
Once you finish following her directions, you can follow the bailiff and you have a blessed day.
ya cuando terminamos y que Dios te bendiga.
This is right hand,
Okay. El thumb.
right thumb, yeah, his right thumb, and then 3 times. And just have him stamp it each,
Tres veces.
3 ink it each time.
Tres veces.